What is going on? YouTube Lamont at large coming to you from Salina, Utah, right off the I-70 freeway, about 20 minutes east of the I-70, I-15 interchange. So what you're seeing here is a museum. This is a reconstruct of a POW camp. Allow me to explain the story. Now, the museum is closed, but that's fine. We could just show the outside of the place and tell you really quickly about the story. Now, you see a sign that says Camp Salina, Salina Creek Camp, F-32 Company 479 Civilian Conservation Corps. And then you have a statue of a POW, prisoner of war. So let me explain what this place is. So back in the Depression days, to alleviate amongst young men, the homelessness, people starving in the streets, economically the worst time by far in our nation's history. The president at the time, President Roosevelt, made these little conservation corps around the country. So in exchange that young men with no place to go, they were sleeping on the street, destitute, if you will. They had these little places around the country that basically young men would come here, and in exchange for them working on neighboring farms, working on in industry, manual labor jobs and such, they would be given a place to sleep, food to eat, and a small salary. Now, when World War II kicked off, they decided to turn some of these CCCs into POW camps. Now, a little bit of history that I didn't know was that we actually had POW camps here in the country during World War II, where we would house German POWs. Of course, we know about the Japanese internment camps and the horrors that was done upon them, forcibly put into these camps, us not knowing at the time if they were enemy combatants. And later on, I believe all the Japanese Americans that were interned in these camps were paid. But at this site right here, there was about 250 German POWs. All of them were captured in North Africa. And here is where they were kept. If they were healthy enough, they were given jobs to work the farms around the area. And they slept in tents right on this property right here, the German POWs. And then when they were eventually, by that time, when Germany gave up, we were starting to send them back to Germany, or we were trying them on war crimes or what have you. So if you look in front of you right there, that is a not the actual a gun tower. It's they rebuilt what I'm about to talk to you about. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. But on July 8th, 1945, there was a U.S. serviceman named Clarence Bertucci, and he was stationed to oversee this POW camp. Not to oversee it, but just to work keeping guard over the prisoners. And this was a guy that had severe mental issues. This was a guy that the military knew that was not fit to serve in our military. So they stuck him out here just to kind of keep him out of their hair, so to speak. This guy had a pretty long record of anti-German propaganda. He was so mentally unstable, they couldn't even send him overseas to fight. That's how crazy he was. In hindsight, they probably should have just threw him out of the military, but they did not. And so on July 8th, 1945, for no reason at all, except for the demons in his head, Bertucci climbed the gun tower very similar to the one in front of you. And if you see that gun right there, that's a machine gun. And where the German POWs were sleeping in tents, Bertucci shot 200 and a little over 200 rounds in 15 seconds into the tents of the German POWs that were sleeping. Happened right at around midnight. He killed 9 German POWs altogether. 6 died immediately, and then 3 died of their wounds at a local area hospital. Fired all the rounds, and when the other guards came rushing in, he gave up. And when he was interviewed, they asked him why he did it, and he just simply said, "I hate Germans." So he was sent to a mental hospital where he died in 1969. This is the single worst POW massacre on U.S. soil in United States history right here. I wish the museum were open so I can kind of show you inside the artifacts and what have you, but I believe they only open at 4 p.m. and I must be hitting the road, but I just wanted to show you guys really quickly this site and possibly a little bit of American history that you guys never knew about. I certainly did not know about this until I looked it up online when I was passing through town. I felt that since I was here and I slept in this town that I kind of look up to see what was here, and this was here. So anyways, live but not live, but still alive by the grace of God. I'm heading west towards Las Vegas. I'll see you there on the next video. Have a good day, y'all. Peace out.